it, but when you read through the indictment, they say that there's not just one victim. They say there's multiple victims here today. And what I heard described was they said they have 50 witnesses or victims.
In a jaw-dropping turn of events, Sean Diddy Combs' legal nightmare just took a catastrophic dive, and it's all thanks to shocking new tapes tied to the late Aaron Carter. The entertainment world is shaking as the leaked recordings, said to reveal disturbing links between Diddy and Aaron's tragic death, explode into the public eye. Originally, Aaron Carter's heartbreaking passing in November 2022 was brushed off as an accidental drowning. But now, that narrative is crumbling fast. Though the full contents of these tapes are still tightly under wraps, the whispers are loud, and they're ugly. Diddy's legal team, they're scrambling like never before. Tensions reached a boiling point when Diddy's own attorney, Mark Agnifilo, suddenly stormed out of a crucial courtroom hearing, throwing gasoline on an already raging firestorm of media frenzy and public outrage. Aaron Carter's tragic spiral, the setup behind the storm. Before we plunge into the dark waters of the leaked tapes, it's critical to look back at Aaron Carter's deeply complicated, often heartbreaking life. Once the golden boy of late 90s pop, little Aaron shot to fame with his smash album Aaron's Party, Come Get It. A cherubic kid with catchy tunes and endless charm who became a household name overnight. But behind the glitter and screams of adoring fans, Aaron's life was a storm. Addiction, mental health battles, toxic family relationships, they stalked him like shadows even during his brightest moments. His willingness to be open about his struggles made him even more beloved by his fans. But it also revealed the relentless, crushing weight fame had placed on his young shoulders. And tragically, those battles only deepened over time. On November 5th, 2022, Aaron's body was found lifeless in the bathtub of his Lancaster, California home. The official cause of death? Accidental drowning. No foul play, they said. But that didn't stop the questions or the conspiracy theories. In fact, it fueled them, especially when Aaron's complicated ties to powerful figures in the music industry, including Diddy, came roaring back into the spotlight. The explosive leaks, Aaron's tapes, and the whispered warnings. As grief over Aaron's death gripped the world, disturbing rumors began swirling. According to insiders, Aaron knew he was in danger, and he made sure to leave a trail. Sources close to him revealed that Aaron had recorded audio and video moments before his death, allegedly exposing alarming interactions with powerful industry insiders, with Diddy's name front and center. Although the full tapes haven't been made public yet, what's been whispered behind closed doors is enough to chill the blood. The recordings allegedly capture Aaron pouring out his heart about how he felt trapped, manipulated, and terrified, warning that if anything ever happened to him, these tapes needed to be released. Fans and industry insiders alike are in shock. Could Aaron Carter have seen his own death coming? Could he have been silenced because he dared to call out the titans of the entertainment machine? The very idea has set off a firestorm of outrage, not just against Diddy, but against the entire system that has chewed up and spit out young stars for decades. The courtroom chaos. Diddy's lawyer cracks under pressure. The moment the existence of these tapes was dragged into court, everything changed. Mark Agnifilo, Diddy's high-powered lawyer, has handled plenty of messy, high-profile cases before, even defending the likes of ex-IVM cult leader Keith Raniere. But nothing could have prepared him for this. According to eyewitnesses, the second the tapes were mentioned in court, Agnifilo's face twisted into a mask of panic and fury. He erupted into a fiery clash with the judge and opposing counsel, openly challenging the tapes' relevance and blasting their sudden appearance in the trial. But the pressure was too much. In a shocking move, Agnifilo stormed out of the courtroom, abandoning the proceedings and leaving everyone in stunned silence. His dramatic exit didn't just rattle the courtroom, it triggered a tsunami of speculation that Diddy's case was about to implode spectacularly. Diddy's crumbling defense, a titan on the brink. For Diddy, the situation couldn't be more dire. His once formidable image as an unstoppable mogul is under siege from all sides. Mark Agnifilo, no stranger to controversial cases, now finds himself in the eye of a media hurricane, trying to defend a client who's facing allegations that could destroy him both legally and reputationally. The stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just about one case. This is about decades of rumors, whispers, and unresolved tragedies linked to Diddy and his empire. With Aaron Carter's tapes emerging, the walls are closing in. Aaron's silent cry for help, a chilling message from beyond. Perhaps the most haunting part of this saga is Aaron's own desperate attempt to protect himself. Aaron Carter's story isn't just tragic, it's infuriating, it's terrifying, and it's far from over. The courtroom chaos was just the beginning. As the tapes sent shockwaves through the legal battle, a flood of old haunting allegations resurfaced. Allegations that Diddy's name has been tied to for years. People aren't just talking about Aaron Carter anymore. They're dragging up the tragic, suspicious death of Kim Porter, the mother of Diddy's children, and other high-profile tragedies that have long swirled with rumors of industry foul play. Was Diddy just a bystander in all these tragedies? Or was there something far darker at play? Aaron Carter's case has cracked open a door many in the industry desperately wanted to keep shut. A door that leads to whispered claims of young artists being manipulated, exploited, and when they became inconvenient, discarded. And it gets even worse. Aaron's desperate fight for freedom. Before his death, Aaron wasn't just spiraling. He was fighting to cut ties with the toxic forces in his life, fighting to break free from the shadow of industry titans who had controlled him since childhood. According to those closest to him, Aaron was actively trying to escape Diddy's influence. He was scared, he felt hunted, and in his own words, recorded in those chilling tapes, Aaron made it clear, if he disappeared, if something happened, it wouldn't be an accident. The very idea has sent the public into a frenzy, with Diddy's name now echoing in furious social media posts, news reports, and heartbroken fan tributes demanding answers. Because if Aaron's death wasn't an accident, who is responsible? A reckoning for the entertainment industry. As the fallout spreads, this isn't just Diddy's problem anymore. The entertainment industry itself is under siege, finally being forced to look in the mirror at the brutal exploitation machine it's built. For decades, young stars have been treated like disposable products, valuable when they generate profit, tossed aside when they struggle, manipulated when they resist. Aaron Carter's tragic downfall and the damning tapes he left behind have thrown a blinding spotlight onto these abuses. And now, the public is asking the one question the industry has long feared. How many Aarons has this system destroyed? The stakes skyrocket, Diddy's future on the line. With every passing day, Diddy's situation grows more dire. His legal team is scrambling to contain the damage, but the cracks are showing. His reputation, already battered by past controversies, is in free fall. And the tapes? They're just the beginning. More witnesses, more accusations, more horrifying claims are bubbling to the surface. This isn't just a legal battle anymore. It's a fight for survival. The origins of a mogul, Diddy's meteoric rise, and dark shadows. And now, with Aaron Carter's tape surfacing, those old shadows are looming larger than ever. Aaron Carter's fall, a child star chewed up by the machine. Aaron Carter's journey from bright-eyed boy wonder to troubled young man is a heartbreaking testament to the industry's darkest truths. He wasn't just a singer, he was a product, a moneymaker, pushed onto stages, into recording studios, into exhausting tours, all before he was even old enough to drive. As he grew older, the cracks began to show. Substance abuse, mental health struggles, a bitter public falling out with his family. But through it all, Aaron kept talking, warning anyone who would listen that the industry he grew up in had destroyed him. In his final months, Aaron made cryptic statements about powerful figures targeting him. He mentioned Diddy, he mentioned Sony owing him millions. He hinted at tapes that, if released, would expose the truth. Now, with those tapes leaking, it's impossible to ignore the possibility that Aaron Carter was fighting against forces far bigger and far more dangerous than anyone realized. The tapes that could end Diddy's career. According to insiders close to the investigation, the Aaron Carter tapes are devastating. They're insisting the tapes are fabricated, taken out of context, and irrelevant. But behind the scenes, sources say panic is setting in because no matter how much spin Diddy's team tries to put on it, the optics are devastating. A troubled young star, a trail of cryptic warnings, a sudden suspicious death, and now tapes that seem to confirm the worst fears, federal charges, a growing nightmare. Adding fuel to the inferno are the federal charges Diddy is facing, and they are explosive. Authorities have charged Diddy with witness tampering, trafficking, and racketeering under the powerful RICO statutes typically used to take down mafia bosses. The accusations paint a chilling picture. Diddy allegedly operated a network of abuse and exploitation, using his power and influence to control young, vulnerable individuals, especially women, for years. Brought down, eventually, by the brave testimony of those they hurt. And just like Weinstein and R. Kelly, Diddy's case could finally rip the mask off an industry that has protected its worst abusers for far too long. As Diddy's world collapses around him, the public's reaction has been absolutely brutal. Gone are the days when fans would blindly defend their favorite stars. In today's world, with Aaron Carter's heartbreaking story and damning tapes flooding social media, the tide has turned. While a few loyalists cling to Diddy's old image as a cultural icon who built hip-hop, the overwhelming majority, they're furious, they're heartbroken, and they're demanding justice, not just for Aaron, but for every young artist who suffered in silence while the industry turned a blind eye. Social media has become a war zone, with hashtags like #Justice for Aaron and #Diddy Exposed trending worldwide. Every day brings new viral posts, heartbreaking tributes to Aaron, and furious calls for Diddy to finally be held accountable for what so many now believe has been decades of unchecked abuse. A crumbling empire, the Diddy brand in freefall. Diddy built an empire on charm, talent, and relentless ambition. Music, fashion, television, even acting. He seemed unstoppable, a symbol of success against all odds. But now, that empire is crumbling brick by brick. Sponsors are distancing themselves. Projects are quietly getting shelved. Former allies are going dead silent, or worse, subtly shading Diddy as they rush to protect their own reputations. The golden boy of hip-hop is now being whispered about in the same breath as the worst villains of the entertainment industry. An industry reckoning, no more secrets. But here's the thing, this isn't just about Diddy, this is about all of them. The powerful men who controlled the fates of young stars, the industry executives who looked the other way, the managers who enabled the exploitation. Aaron Carter's tapes have cracked open a Pandora's box the industry can't close anymore. People are talking, former insiders, other young stars, victims who've stayed silent for years are finding their voices again. There's a sense, a powerful, rising sense, that the era of silence and protection for powerful abusers could finally be ending. The terrifying what-if scenario. And for Aaron Carter's devastated fans and loved ones, that fight for justice has become personal. Every court date, every leak, every new revelation fuels their determination to make sure Aaron's death wasn't in vain. They want the world to remember Aaron not just as a troubled star, but as a victim of an industry that chews up and spits out its young for profit. And they're not going to let the world look away. The future of the industry, a defining moment. Whatever happens in the courtroom, the impact of this case is already seismic. Artists, activists, and fans are demanding real systemic change in how young stars are treated. They're demanding safeguards, transparency, accountability. The days of whispered secrets and covered-up scandals are numbered. The Aaron Carter tapes have ensured that. As the court battles rage on, one thing is crystal clear. Sean Diddy Combs' fate is no longer in his hands alone. It rests with the judges, the juries, the prosecutors, and the millions of people watching every single move, demanding that this time the powerful don't get to walk away clean. Aaron Carter's voice, silenced too soon, is louder than ever now, and the world is listening. And the world is listening. And the world...